Today I am at the Webster Flea Market, and I found a card in the bargain boxes today that was amazing. You got to see this. It was big enough to be talked about on Top's Instagram account this week, so let's check it out. It was Memorial Day weekend at the Webster, so the place was absolutely packed. I had my big wagon that I'm dragging around, and it was super tough to get in here in this little spot, but we made it happen, and I started looking.
Can you get it in here?
I don't know. This is kind of a hassle today, isn't it?
Whoa. I know this guy here. I have something for you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Carrie, right?
Yeah.
I've got something for you.
Nice,
big
man.
Big fan, made this up. Rod said he was going to be here today.
Oh, yeah.
This is Mr. Organized here. I already told him I like these.
Okay.
All bangers. 350. Full of Greg Jeffries.
Yeah.
Any of them I get, I make sure I put in my banger box.
That's wild. Greg Jeffries rookie. That's wild. That's cool, dude. That's a fun box.
In the fun box, I figured you guys would be all over that.
That's
I
hilarious.
told Rod to make sure he's
That's hilarious, man. Has Rod been here yet?
No.
I know he's floating around somewhere.
No, but I figured it'd be all about that. Everything's still kind of price card. There's stuff, so I do deal and everything here at the flea market.
Okay.
So whatever you guys want to bundle together, whatever. But I did this just for fun because I love listening to the pods. And I'm like,
Awesome, man. I'm glad you're listening.
You know
Thank
what
you.
I mean?
Thank you, man. This is what we do, the bargain boxes. Oh, this is, I feel bad with this big giant cart. Karlaftis is not bad. I'll take that.
Karlaftis is a two-time Super Bowl winning defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs. The price, I think, was $5. I'm making a stack, as always, hoping to get a deal. Typically, when I make stacks, I'm able to make a deal. But Karlaftis, being on a popular team and being a pretty solid player, I decided to get it. Also, Heath Schuler ended up being a senator, too, I think, or a congressman, actually, in the U.S. after his playing career. I might have put that card in the pile if the acetate hadn't yellowed. It was like the acetate was all yellow on that card, so I decided to pass. Next up in the boxes, I found this Felix Hernandez game-used jersey card. Definitely want to put that in the pile. I found another Seattle Mariner, a prospect coming up here, Johnny Farmello. Currently the 6th rated prospect for the Seattle Mariners. Wasn't super concerned with the price tag. Once again, I plan on making a bundle deal on everything here towards the end. I thought about that Neil Walker. He was a good player for the Pirates for many years, but it's been a while, and I don't know how well that would sell nowadays, so I decided to put it back. The next couple cards I don't know a lot about. This is a Bowman First from last year. For $4 is the price tag, and this one is $3. I figured I'm going to throw them in the bundle, get a deal. Once again, I can't say it enough, make bundles, especially at the flea markets, and get some deals.
Sam McDowell. He lives in this area. Always at the shows in the villages.
Another game used card back when Upper Deck was making baseball cards, Jim Edmonds. I forgot he played for the Cubs. I remember he played for the Angels and the Cardinals, but I forgot he played for the Cubs back in the day. Another game-used card of a great player back in the day, Edgar Martinez. Lots of Seattle Mariners in this box. Picked up this Panini, just random relic card, not from any specific game or event because of the player. Carson Williams, #1 prospect right now for the Tampa Bay Rays. This is a pretty neat game-used jersey, Hoyt Wilhelm. Old school guy from the 50s, so game-used piece of jersey, sure, I'll take it.
And when I was a kid, I was building over the far side of the road, just all so we're trying to recreate that again. We've got 4 sports card vendors in here right now in this building, and we're trying to get them all together because we don't know how. Like Pat, the guy beside me, does all vintage, so I do 85. Then we've got 2 other vintage guys now, but it actually helps our sales when we're
100%. It makes sure guys will come out.
a couple guys come out like now.
I didn't know that you were even here.
Yeah.
That's all.
I come here, I've been here 3 months now, and the guys have just started calling like before everybody wanted to kind of work against each other. I don't know, it'll help us. You can't Me and Carrie could have a booth side by side. We're not gonna have the same cards. You're gonna have a booth beside me. We're not gonna.
A lot of times you'll be side to side with somebody and they'll be like, "You're looking for this," even if it's stuff to flip.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Oh, I'll hand you the baseball because you like baseball,"
It just
or whatever. That happens a lot.
There's just so many cards. Like, I didn't say something. I talk to Rod every couple of weeks.
He probably has. He's always like talking to everybody. He's this. Like, I'm social. I'm not good at approaching people. He's like the guy that approaches it. Once I'm talking to people, I'm good. But yeah, he's the. What is it? Ah, thank you, man. Awesome, dude. Appreciate you. He's the network guy, Rod.
He's been buying a lot.
Dude, he has. We got to kick him off no bangers at this point.
That's my problem. I've only been back.
He's a little bit too banger oriented at the moment.
I've been back in 2 years now. I've got cards in 3 different locations. And it's, I can't say no to somebody. I just keep buying and buying and buying. And
How you do, man?
I love the 80s and 90s cards.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. And if I find them right.
And you're not alone, though. That's the thing. Like, people talk a lot of crap about it. Some of it deserved, but there's also a massive demand for it. I mean, obviously, there's way more product than demand, but it's not that bad.
All right, here, I'm going to ask you this.
I sell stuff all the time in that range. I just, as long as you get it at the right price.
You get the grippies and stuff.
Provisions and, like, certain stuff does really well.
I was told Topps number last year, 2024 cards, was 1.2 million of almost every base card produced in the baseball set. That's higher than the 90s.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
The
surprised.
90s numbers was like 900s.
I'm sure they've upped it a lot now this year, too, so.
Well, like I said, I collected big back in the 80s, in the 90s. In the 90s, when I was in high school, I graduated in 93, we had baseball card clubs in school. That was part of your clubs. I don't know if you had clubs when you were in high school or not, but we had clubs and we had card shows at the school. But we didn't have the availability to cards you do now. Like our drugstore had them or our gas station. But we didn't have places like Walmart where you could go buy 100 wax boxes if you wanted them, or blasters, or like your local town in small town West Virginia might have had 50 boxes in the whole damn town.
Mid-90s, I was going to Kmart a lot, but it was like retail boxes, obviously, and I was, that's part of why I am the way I am. Like, I was getting the collector's choice because it was just the best value for what I could afford as a child, 10, 11-year-old. But yeah,
I'm that way now. I'm never opening up big boxes. I don't have the luck. Let me slide it for you guys. I'll get out of you guys' way so you can shop. Got some Inception, that type of stuff.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Insert-wise.
Thank you, man.
That $2 to $8 range here is my hot spot here. So the stuff goes.
Makes sense. That's good.
Flea market stuff,
Oh yeah. Those are my people.
Yeah. Well, it honestly is. That's where the money's at. I get offered all the time for like those boxes over there. Wasn't that guy's coming trying to buy my whole box?
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, no. That's my business.
You're doing in-person whatnot.
So I have cards at 3 different places, and in a good weekend, I can lose so many cards. Well, if I do whatnot, I don't want none of my other 3 to suffer.
You realize?
Oh, I didn't realize that. Huh. I didn't know they handwritten those on there.
Let me show the camera so they can see that I dug it. I have no idea what that's worth, but you might want to check that out.
I didn't know if like these inserts the eggs.
Yeah, those kind of ones. You might
know what I mean?
I don't know if you're doing online, but that's probably worth it for you.
No, I don't know.
If not, I'd probably be interested, but it just depends. I mean, that's random as random can get, though, Sister Loveland.
Yeah.
It's still cool.
101.
Still cool.
I bought a guy out that was all Allen and Ginter stuff. Like a whole box, like a 4-row box full of Allen and Ginter. 20 Post Malone cards. And I'm down to like 2 left. The Post Malone cards here
do real well, I bet.
Sold like crazy, and it shocked me. I had no idea those were numbered on the back like that. We'll see what those are.
They're sneaky sometimes on the Ginter.
This is why when you're bargain boxing, you always check the back of the cards.
Do You can keep them. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, I'll put it in the stack because
Put
that
it in your
is
stack. You're good.
that's why.
We'll make good TV for you.
Even if I found it and you sold it, it's still cool, like for my videos. Okay, that's my cue that everybody's tired. Okay, so I do have the 101 and then just all this other stuff.
Like I said, we'll get a flat circle. It's easier if I sort them out all by the same number, as Tim would say.
Tim's the best. I love that. He'll just throw a pile. He's like, I don't want to be much more than 3 apiece, Matt. I'm like, dude, you might not want to put some of those cards in there, man. But they're both him and Rod. I'm bad at it. Like,
Yeah,
but people are usually
Tim's
reasonable,
something else.
honestly. Like, I don't really worry about it. I'm usually not handing people $1,000 cards, so.
You do like 70 right there, so we'll say 50 bucks.
Easy peasy, man.
You good with that?
Yep, 100%. Let me get you cash.
I got your wagon.
Oh, thank you. I'm in the way. I didn't realize how crowded it was going to be today.
Yeah, it's kind of jammed.
Yeah.
You want back?
Yeah, if you have one, even better. It's holiday weekend. I get it.
That was awesome. You're never expecting to find a 1-of-1 in a bargain box. And usually in videos in the past, when I find a 1-of-1, it's like a leaf thing or a wild card thing. But a Topps 1-of-1 mini Ginter. I don't know if you saw this on Topps IG page. They even did a story about it. It was awesome. It was a great find. I've already shared it with my Facebook and my Instagram, and now Topps has shared it too before this video even came out. But that's the kind of find that gets you pumped up for digging. And I was at a big flea market, but at a flea market, a place where you wouldn't expect to find a ton of cards. There's, some cards at flea markets, and historically there's been a lot, but not every flea market is going to be flushed with cards. So I was super stoked to find that card. Very, very exciting. Now, here's my predicament. I personally believe it's legit. I think it's a good card. And I know some people are going to go, it's handwritten on the back. The Ginter cards, they're handwritten many times. I know like the number to 25 are as well. A few people have said, I'm not sure. Most people, in my opinion, have said that it's good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to somebody like SGC. Probably not PSA. I don't want to wait forever. I'm just going to send it to SGC. They could check it out. Not super concerned on the grade of it. I just want like that back as authentic. It'll get whatever grade it gets, and then I can move it from there. That's my plan. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear some feedback on that, but I think that's probably the best way to go about it, in my opinion. But I'd love to hear some feedback on that. Guys, as always, I have Whatnot auctions this week. I'm doing Mondays and Fridays now. 8 p.m. on Monday, and then Rod usually follows up, and then Tim did last week. He may do it this week as well. Fridays, I'm doing 7 p.m. And DIBDIT Cards, I have a show on Wednesday, 7 to 9. And also, I think it's 6 p.m. on Thursday, I'm doing a Shop My Boxes, like stuff that's already listed. We're just going to go through and make some deals. So I'm live on auctions many days of the week, selling cards, as well as doing Buy It Nows. And one thing I've implemented as well, and many of you have seen this, is I'm doing Whatnot Anytime auctions again, which means my goal is to have like 3 or 4 or 5 cards every day ending on Whatnot. Kind of like a classical eBay setup where you can bid, they're usually up for a day or two, not super long, but you can bid and then just put your max in, or you can wait till the last second and try to snipe it, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm going to have a lot of cards up this weekend there. So if you miss any of my auctions, you can just go on my Whatnot. I do have a $15 free credit if you haven't used Whatnot before. You can use it with me or anybody else you want. Link is in the description as well. So if you want to go check those cards out and bid, you might find some good deals. I appreciate you guys. That's a lot of talking. And thank you so much for watching this video. It was a fun one. I will see you on the next one.